Hello, hello. Okay, so I am about to seed my early jalapenos, which are my favorite jalapenos from Bessie's. I actually have like 1.5 packs to plant. So what I do is I generally start with my Miracle-Gro seed starting mix. I always use this mix. I find it is the best one for starting seeds. You will not change my mind. You can make all your fancy potting mixes. I'm always going to use the Miracle-Gro seed starting mix. So let me show you what I do. So you never want to pot it with just the loose, dry soil out of the bag. You do want to put some moisture in the soil because once you pop your domes on your seed trays, you want it to create its own moisture so that you're not adding water to it too much until you actually start getting like leaves and the plant starts growing. So I usually take some hot water or warm water. I just pop it in there and then I will mix her up with my hands until I get kind of the wetness that I want, which I will show you what that looks like. Make sure to go all the way to the bottom because the stuff at the bottom will be dry still. Okay, so this here is kind of the consistency that I like. It is wet and damp, but when you squeeze it, water doesn't come out of the soil. So it's kind of absorbed everything, but it's nice and wet. From there, I just take my soil and I will pop it into all of my seed packs. You don't want it to be too fluffy, which is why you wet it down also, but you want it to be filled up nicely. Okay, just like that. And then I use my finger and I just kind of poke little holes into each of these little cells. You don't want to go too deep, so just a little. Voila. So in this next step, I'm going to take my seeds. Actually, I still have some Hungarian hot wax, so I'm going to finish those. I pop them in my hand. I can dry off my hand a little. And then I put in 2 seeds. So I grab my 2 seeds and I pop them in to each hole. Oops, I got stuck to my finger. Okay, I don't want to do a half row, so I am going to put just randomly a 3rd seed into a few of these pods. Well, that one has 3 in it already. Oh well. Okay, voila. And then I just close her back up. You can add top with more soil if you don't have enough to fill it back up. And then just like that, your seeds are planted. So now they're going to go into a tray with a dome on it, and they will stay in the tray with the dome until the plant has come out and the true leaves have come out. So not like the first initial 2 leaves, but then the next 2 leaves. And once the plant gets a little bit taller, then I'll remove the dome. It is super, super important. This is where a lot of people mess up, but it's super, super important that when you're using a dome that you are taking that dome off every single day and wiping the cover off. You do not want to keep that wetness in there. You want it to be moist and humid, but not dripping water from the dome because that will rot your seeds and you'll start getting algae on your soil. So make sure you're getting that done and your seeds will survive.